Okay, I think we are functional here for our game two. We had a bit of a delay. The client wasn't working. We have Miranda Black Canary playing on Jack's account, so that's why you see Rakic there. She did get to sideboard, which was why we had to restart. And we're on to game two between her and Zev. So, Mitch, what's going on in Zev's hand here? We seem
Well,
starting
Zev,
with the Elder.
I was gonna say Zev has a lot of choices with Outcaster Greenblade coming down next turn because Order of Midnight and Capric Octi Sunborn are different colors that he doesn't have access to now. But now the Utopia Sprawl just came out, so you have a Rose Thorn Acolyte. There's tons of ways to fix, but which order is right? I don't know. Utopia Sprawl seems to be coming out in order to cast either Rose Thorn Acolyte or Outcaster Greenblade.
I think it's. Hmm. So Rose Thorn gives you the mana right away. Outcaster Green Blade. I mean, if you get an untapped land, it gives you the mana right away. Okay.
Now you have to choose black or red, except you have access to all because of the Utopia Sprawl.
He named black with Utopia Sprawl, so I assume he's going to get something that makes red here.
A black red land.
Oh, there you go. So for Miranda, she's got the Hard Bristle Bandit that you see in play. Dazzling Denial. Not sure. I mean, she has one bird in hand, but probably doesn't have too many birds. Hunter's Talent, the Mocking Sprite,
Oh yeah,
Splash Lasher, Outlaw Stitcher, and Mocking Bird. So,
Mocking Sprite and Mockingbird.
yeah, it's just mocking everybody.
Um, Mocking Sprite. Oh yes, that's one that reduces the cost of
Um,
sorceries.
yeah,
Yeah.
so she's going
When
to
you
play
said
that
Mocking
here.
Sprite, when you said
So
Mocking Sprite,
this,
I was like, oh Mockingbird. Yeah.
so the Mocking Sprite actually does give access to Dazzling Denial for one mana.
Uh huh.
But without a bird, it's just counter unless they pay two, which is still probably going to be able to nab something. Just not
Oh,
as reliably as when getting a bird.
probably gonna get the Caproxy Sunborn. That's
I
pretty
mean,
good.
countering for one mana, that's good.
Uh,
Well, the Sunborn actually can't be cast on the current board.
white, the white, red,
Where's the
green.
red?
I guess Utopia doesn't do what I think it does.
No, no, Utopia, it's you name a color when it comes in, and it always makes that color.
Okay, okay, never mind.
So that's why the forest looks like it's like a dual land. Like
Yes,
the
true.
border of it has been.
Oh, but there's this also an abundance of fixing.
Okay, so you're gonna do this, make a red, and then he's gonna cast the Sunborn, and then that's gonna get nabbed
It's
by
a
the counter
pretty
spell.
huge nab, but Order of Midnight does give it a little redundancy.
Yep. I mean, the quality of cards in Miranda's hand is like pretty high here. Between Mockingbird, Hunter's Talent, Splash Lasher, and Outlaw Stitcher, like these are all good plays. Okay, it's decided to cast the Rose Thorn. Interesting, here, just to set up more mana, but it's going to counter that. It's almost like it was free. The Hard Bristle Bandit untapped. Are they playing
Mm-hmm.
Force of Will? It's Force of Will. Counter your spell. Spend no mana. Okay. So looks like Hunter's Talent's going to come down to kill the Warren Elder, and then
3 mana.
we'll have 3 mana. Could cast the Geyser Drake that was just the draw, which is the one from OTJ. Your spells cost one less on your opponent's turn.
Yeah, lots of cheap stuff.
I mean, if she had more instants, that would be pretty good. Mocking Sprite combined with Geyser Drake does not have any more instants, but that still it's got to be the play. Yeah. I mean, there's also just the fact that there's just flyers here. Like these are consistent damage.
So the Order of Midnight and Caproxy with 2 planes in hand. Caproxy
All
might
right,
have to pull
so
some weight.
just gonna block here. Obviously, no reason not to.
Probably, yeah. Okay, probably gonna Order of Midnight the Adventure side after the Caproxy, but Caproxy's coming down right now.
Okay, So that one, it's when it attacks, you can tap two creatures or artifacts and discover.
Kakaraki. When it attacks, you can tap two untapped creatures or artifacts the Discover 3, which
Yeah,
is something. You need to have enough stuff to tap for it to be
I mean
good.
that card was like very strong. All right,
Kakaraki.
so draw for turn is a Scalding Cauldron. I mean, Miranda could just make her own Sunborn and have it be flying with the Mockingbird. Alternately, you could cast Splash Slasher to tap down the Sunborn. Those are probably the two options based on the mana available.
And it's gonna cause. I wonder if the mockingbird, is a what do you call it? A crime with an untapped bandit. Not
Well, it doesn't target anything, so no.
hidden target. Just copies.
All right. So this will untap the bandit, and then should be able to actually deploy the Scalding Cauldron that was drawn for turn. So nice sequence here, just making just the maximum use of this hard bristle bandit
Yeah,
without
yeah.
extra lands.
It's
We can
unlocking a
attack
lot.
pretty safely for 4, and can just keep attacking for 4. It's like as long as she's not dying, she's gonna
Good
get to
draw,
attack
a
for
braid.
4. Okay,
A braid should do some work.
braid to probably get rid of one of the flyers.
Imagine so.
Okay. The elder comes back. Okay, then he could play the Order of Midnight off of the adventure and be able to braid. So nice turn here.
Yeah, it was a great draw at that moment.
And there's nothing like just getting that well time removal, just drawing the removal exactly when you need it and having the mana to deploy it just feels nice.
And notably, this isn't one of the creatures that says it can only block flying. It just can't block.
It can't block it all, yes. All right, so Stoic Sphinx off the top, which is that
Wow.
4 mana 5/3 flying flash, and it has hexproof if you haven't cast a spell. That makes
The sticky tongue is a good blocker for that, which isn't in hand now, but I did notice that when we were deck building. It's one answer, I suppose.
All right, so Miranda's deciding what to do here. I think it's just going to kill the Warren Elder, which will then give an extra mana. Could play the Mockingbird as a Order of Midnight. That doesn't
Or
seem
level up.
amazing.
We could level up though.
Yeah, level. Yeah, leveling is good.
Falling to 11 here. If you get something nice off the top, Caparocti
Yeah.
could be.
Well, I mean, you need you need to tap two things to get the discover.
No, I mean, if
It's
it's like some card that gives you two creatures or artifact creature, I don't know what's in the deck exactly.
yeah.
Can put on a little pressure. Although Outcaster doesn't have a nice attack
So there
anyway.
is a decision here of whether to attack with the Splash Lasher or not. I think she's gonna be, gonna be a bit safe here by not attacking, which is very reasonable.
Yeah, it does hold back the green bird. I think that's the right play.
So it looks like we're gonna get an Abrade here. It looks like it's gonna be on the Mocking Sprite.
Not a great draw. It's a plains, pretty much any
Yeah.
creature
So
would have
Zeb
been
can
nice.
just get his trigger here
Any
by
creature
tapping
would have
his two
been.
creatures. Let's see what he got. Looks like it's a
Yeah.
Fairy Guide Mother.
Oh wait, instantly flying. That's
Well,
pretty interesting.
yeah,
That
that's very good.
Tell me if you've never seen that one before. Where else are you gonna see that? Only Mega Draft.
Yeah, probably. All right, so shore up off the top here. Still a bit constrained with the mana here, just not being able to do too much.
That was like a shock to the face plus 1/1. Which I mean, any creature is good there because you get another Caparocti. What
So
did
you
you
can
say
play.
the what you doing?
The options are basically you can only really play one spell. There's Mockingbird, there's Stoic Sphinx, there's Outlaw Stitcher. Draw for turn was a shore up.
Hard Bristle's been carrying so far, but it can only deploy so much
So
in
if she
itself.
wants to play two spells, she could play Mockingbird as a Splash Lasher, tap something that will untap the Hard Bristle Bandit, have Shore Up be available.
That
We could
doesn't
also
seem
just
bad.
pass and cast the Stoic Sphinx.
I mean, copying a Splash Lasher keeps Caparocti from attacking.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen here. Yeah.
And it gives you your mana back, as you said, for Shore Up.
Yeah. So keep that tapped. Probably get in for two. Getting in for two seems pretty safe with the Geyser Drake, especially with the Shore Up.
I suppose you should have attacked first, but you just know it's in hand, I guess. Never mind then.
Okay, actually going to attack both here, possibly. Just weighing the options here, making sure. Okay, we'll go for the attack here.
Can't really afford a land drop if you're.
Yeah, because the Shore Up will untap a creature, so there is an extra block. Well, there's not an extra blocker. There's just a better blocker potentially.
Okay, top deck Sticky Tongue Sentinel. Open some options here on like a lot of different things. It does block the flyers and the hexproof that is coming.
Well, it could pick up Fairy Guide Mother
If
primarily.
a green blade could search another one damage desert, funny enough, which would also be a blocker.
I think
And
picking
then
up
midnight,
you could pick up Fairy Godmother and then
yeah,
attack with a 4/4 flying Green Blade,
yeah,
or just probably just pump the Mortar at Midnight since it can't block.
pretty neat draw.
Yeah, that was one of the cards I pointed out that would work well with Sticky Tongue, the Fairy Godmother. Very, very strong. Basically anything with an adventure, right?
You can also do a lot with the. It's cheap to do it all in one turn.
Well, wasn't there like a sort of like a white version in WoW, the stockpiling something or other, the white card? You bounce your
Uh,
own thing and you scry two.
yeah, there's something like that.
Yeah,
So what's he gonna do here?
I
I
mean it was
mean,
good there.
do we know it's in graveyard?
Bounce your adventure creatures.
If he was to bounce the Order of Midnight, do we know it's in graveyard? I can't exactly remember.
Don't recall all the things that. I mean, the Warren Elder must be there still. The one that he
Yeah,
got back and then
yeah.
it
He
died.
Hunter's talent. He Hunter's talented. So
Yeah,
yeah, if you do that Order of Midnight, he's access because there's a planes in hand. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. 8 mana.
yeah. He's taking his time to think this out, which rightfully so. It's a very close game, and which adventure creature is better to get back? Well, he'll need to come to that decision. Right, here comes the sticky tongue.
Her Guide Mother that gets around to shore
Okay.
up. With, if you're gonna attack with the Order there,
What's his other card in hand? Is it anything
it's a
with
plane.
context?
It's a
Okay,
plane.
so just a line. All right.
Yeah.
So the options are you could pump the green blade to give it a clean attack, or you could pump the order midnight to offer a trade, and like it can't block anyway, so it's not useful as a if it's not attacking.
Oh, auto tap out of void just to make it look like, yeah, I got something that's not a planes in hand, but the planes can still deploy the Guide Mother. That's the cool thing.
Okay, so decide to opt for the green blade here.
I've never seen quite a deliberate tapping like that. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I don't know if you caught it. The planes can deploy the Fairy Godmother, but he's like faking having a trick here.
Yeah, so very very interesting actually. This is why these players are in the top eight because they they find the little ways to potentially get an edge, and they know what the other person might be thinking, and they act in a way to divert that. Right? I
Mm-hmm.
tapped on my
Yep.
planes. I'm leaving open this mana. I have a card in hand. What could it be? Well, we know it's nothing, but
No,
Miranda has to
we saw
respect a pump spell.
this deck had 3 sticky tongues in it, right?
Yeah,
So Miranda going to 1 means a sticky tongue off the top gets a 1 damage desert.
that. Well, it won't be castable this turn, but
No, next turn. Getting her to 1 as value. I'm saying there's two draws. But
this is again a big decision because Miranda does have lethal in the air with the shore up,
yeah, true.
but the guide mother can block it.
And she doesn't know it's deployable.
Okay,
That's the
so okay,
genius.
so okay, so she's just chumping here rather than trying to trade with the shore up.
She didn't want to block her there, and that's exactly what he has.
Okay, so land off the top. The fact that it's a forest is a bit unfortunate because it's all blue cards in hand.
Ooh. So what are the 3 cards?
It's well, the same ones over there. Shore up, the Outlaw Stitcher, and the Stoic Sphinx.
Oh yeah, so the Outlaw Stitcher. I
The
forget.
Outlaw Stitcher will make 2 bodies and leave up shore up.
Oh, I know the card. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
This is
Outlaw
interesting.
Stitcher will make just a 2/2 this game. Fortunately, it won't make a 6/6, but might need the bodies here and leave up shore up. Alternatively, could pass with just Stoic Sphinx up, and can't protect the Stoic Sphinx with a shore up because there's not enough blue. All right, so
Well,
it
this
is
thing now
attacking here with a
blind.
Splash Slasher.
It's gonna get. She could level up also to draw a card on the turn, but is that smart?
Okay, is going to shore up here.
Yeah, a
And
level up
then I
means
think
draw
she
a
just has
card.
to cast the Outlaw Stitcher and make a 4/4. Yeah, okay.
That's too dangerous to level up.
Okay.
Well,
So,
the top is Attentive Scribe, which can be tapped for
yeah.
Caproxi's attack.
I mean, I have to imagine the Sunborn is
Wait,
gonna
wait.
be attacking this turn.
I mean, they designed this in the set to synergize, but when it gets tapped, you get to scry, so I guess you get to somewhat decide what you might be seeing from the Discover.
Can you do? No, you wouldn't discover first. I don't think. Oh,
Front
you
and
would.
gift.
You would discover first, actually. Oh, you do discover first. But he's actually putting it in hand. He's saying, "Well, I'm gonna keep this around here. I
Yeah,
don't absolutely have to cast it right now, and I get to scry."
yeah, with a trick. So Affiliated Provisioners on the top. It's a flying blocker and a pumper on the ground.
So now
Wow,
the block. Now I basically Miranda has to double block here
that made a difference. That,
to four. I mean, single block. The crumb and get it happens. I mean, basically Miranda's losing something here
the
to the
Hunter's
crumb and get.
Talent is active, gives trample.
There's options here whether to force the crumb and get it out of hand or just to chump.
Command attacks back 2 trampling in the air if she buffs the Drake.
So again, Miranda has to decide what creature she wants to lose here, whether she wants to force the crumb and get it, and says, "Well, I'll force the crumb and get it."
Oh, there's because if you just put the 1/4 in front, they're close to lethal.
Thing is, if you block with the 4/4 and the 3/3, you kind of force uh, the gift, and you get to get a food. Here, Zev doesn't have to gift it. You can just do +2/+2. It'll stay alive. If you block with the 4/4 and the 3/3, you force the gift, which is extra life to play with for
But she put just
Miranda.
the 1/4 in front of it.
She could have just
Next,
chunked as well.
if just the 1/4 wouldn't giving trample to your 4/4 next turn and 1 +1/+1 1/2 might have been lethal. Someone could check.
Yeah, she's figuring out here, is there a lethal attack here? I feel like having your opponent be tapped out is a good time to play Crumb and Get It, but Zev said, I'm gonna keep this. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
keep this and hang this over the game for as long as I feel the need to.
it wouldn't have been lethal, I think, because you could defensively come and get it.
All right. So knowing that the defensive Crumb and Get It is a possibility, she's not going to attack with the Geyser Drake and instead going to attack with this 5/4.
Giving food.
See, I don't think Miranda's like insanely unhappy to have gotten a food here. Like force the trick out of hand. Yeah, lose the 4/4, but so now having passed, the Stoic Sphinx cost 3 mana, so that can be cast and the food can be cracked. So and now this Sphinx is gonna possibly win this game.
I don't see how not. There's the plans in hand.
Oh yeah, if he just has a plains, yeah, it'll attack with trample and it'll be hexproof. So yeah, two like insanely close games here. Like both of these games just came down to like the smallest decisions and the smallest edges here. Like they were so close. Like one different draw here, one different decision there, and the game goes a different way. But looks like Miranda is going to be going into the finals here to try and win her first league. So look forward to seeing that in round 3 in a little bit.